Hi Harish, welcome on YourPedia.
Hello, sir. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Okay,
Nice to meet
Harish, let me thank you first. आपने time spare किया on my request to share some information with civil engineers. And Harish, you are doing your PhD in Dublin in Ireland, College of Dublin in Ireland, and it is in environmental domain. So Harish, my this weekly session, I would like to have weekly session with you, and the purpose will be to tell some opportunities जो सिविल इंजीनियरिंग के स्टूडेंट्स को कुछ अपॉर्चुनिटीज के बारे में हम बताएं कि वो किस डायरेक्शन में आगे रिसर्च परस्यू कर सकते हैं। तो इस वीक हम हरीश किस डायरेक्शन में बच्चों को बता सकते हैं और कौन सा स्टूडेंट हमारा टारगेट है, मतलब हम बीटेक के स्टूडेंट्स को टारगेट करें या एमटेक के करें, फर्स्ट सेकंड ईयर के स्टूडेंट को टारगेट करें, और क्या ऑप्शन हम इस वीक बता सकते हैं।
जी सर। तो पहले तो मैं ये बताना चाहूँगा कि अभी मैं आपको जो बताने वाला हूँ ये सब रिसर्च इन्वेस्टिगेशन से जो करंटली फोकस्ड है, वेरी हाई इंटेंसिफाइड है अभी रिसर्च। सो वी विल डिस्कस अबाउट सर्टन एस्पेक्ट्स ऑफ रिसर्च दैट यू कुड लुक फॉरवर्ड टू, एंड स्पेशली इट इज़ वेरी वेरी यूजफुल फॉर दोज who are currently in their second year of masters, still deciding which project or which direction I should focus in order to get a PhD abroad. Because to be honest, the domain that you do, your past research experience plays a major role in getting you selections abroad. So that's what we are going to discuss.
ओके, सो हरीश, बिफोर वी डिस्कस मे आई आस्क यू, लाइक जो बीटेक का बच्चा है फाइनल ईयर सेमेस्टर में और प्रोजेक्ट के बारे में सोच रहा है और डायरेक्ट पीएचडी के लिए टारगेट कर रहा है, क्या वो भी इसको उसको बेनिफिट होगा इससे जो आप बताने वाले हैं।
Exactly. Yes,
हम्म,
it's
हम्म,
been more flexible than masters, because if you are doing masters in environment, you can
हम्म,
only do a project in environment. But if you are doing a
राइट,
bachelor's, you can choose any branch.
राइट,
Like, it's up to your choice.
हम्म, हम्म,
And yeah, that's also possible.
ओके,
Bachelor's, for bachelor's also. Yeah.
गुड, गुड, ओके, सो प्लीज गो अहेड हरीश। हाँ।
Okay, so firstly, we will discuss about two branches, which
हम्म,
is environmental and water resource. Although they
हम्म,
are a bit different, but I have categorized them into the same pool because they are more or less, similar.
हम्म,
So at the moment, what I see, especially in Europe, there
हम्म,
is a lot of focus on advanced waste water treatment technologies. So
हम्म,
how, like, tertiary and advanced technologies we can conduct to retrieve some useful resources from
हम्म,
wastewater,
हम्म,
all this kind of stuff. And then also there is a particular emphasis on techno-economic analysis. I have recently come across few advertisements where they have asked for techno-economic analysis. So it's like you would also consider the technical criteria and optimize the cost in terms of implementation. So
हम्म,
that's another thing that you need to have.
हम्म,
Moving on, air pollution. So recently we all heard the news about shutting down of Delhi for about few days because of the heavy air pollution. So that is another issue that is currently emerging and needs to be, discussed.
हम्म,
Coming to, like, more likely to water resource engineering, water scarcity and security is very, very important. So it's like flood inundation. You can see, like, in lots of countries there is water floods and all. So they are actually predicting the
हम्म,
worst case scenario, how it might damage and what would be the flow of water in those areas. So water scarcity and security, something is very very important at the moment. And additionally, I'd like to add something like, we already discussed, like, the government is so intensely working on net zero aspect, like zero carbon aspect and all. Any project that contributes to sustainability and
हम्म,
net zero aspect is a definite worth trying project. You should definitely go for it. All over the world they are really recruiting loads of candidates, international students, for
हम्म,
all these investigations. So,
हम्म,
well, that we discussed about environmental and water resource engineering.
हम्म,
And we can now move ahead to structures and construction and management. So they
हम्म,
kind of, again, are
हम्म,
closely similar, not very similar though, but yeah.
हम्म,
So currently, especially in Europe, I don't know why there is overwhelming number of hirings for offshore wind turbine. So offshore wind turbine is something which is established in the middle of the ocean or sea, and they harness wind energy from the turbines. So that's what actually is very triggering research at the moment, and I would suggest the master students or bachelor students to look into it. And even if you can go and search over the internet, you can find many research topics about this, and again, there is another thing, modular construction. I was just walking by around my campus, University College Dublin, and they started a construction about 2 months ago, and it's going to be finished in 2 months. Three-story building, I think. So, like, I asked some structural engineer, what is this going on? Like 3 months, and they are raising a three-story structure. So he was like, this is called modular construction.
Okay.
So what is happening these days is that they're working, like they are constructing everything in an ideal environment, which is laboratory environment, and they are just getting the things, like slabs and pillars, and then they're integrating at the location, the field location. So that saves time and money, everything. So there is also a lot of research in this field also for structural engineering. So definitely worth having a look at that. And also earthquake engineering, wind load stability of buildings and all in structural engineering is very, very important. Now, coming to transportation domain. So transportation domain, I've actually come across certain projects. One of my friend, what he was doing is he was trying to optimize the real-time lane assistance, like what should be the speed limit, although the design limits are given on the roads, but still how to switch lanes between one lane to second lane. Is it safe? How safe? What should be the speed? This is like a real-time analysis that he is doing, and that's really interesting. Like we have had a discussion. So something with the traffic optimization things would work actually for transportation engineering. And also there are projects like road construction materials. Apart from all these like conventional road construction materials that is been used for the roads and all, there are certain advanced materials which are being used, which are cost effective and they give more strength. So there are pretty much investigations in this domain as well. So finally, one is left, that is geotechnical engineering. So again, geotechnical engineering, they mostly work with the soil. So soil erosion on the seabed while establishing a offshore wind turbine or even onshore wind turbine. That is really, really important because that gives you the research gives you the stability of the wind turbine. And once they establish this, they make sure that it stands still for about at least 20-30 years, coming 20-30 years to harness energy. Because see, the cars and all, they have gone completely electric here in Ireland. Like I see, out of 10 cars I see, I think 50% or more than that is electric now, completely electric. So they are promoting the sustainability and all these energy things. So that is again something that we could look forward to. Well, so yeah, that's
Okay,
what.
Harish, I want to show you something. I want to show you the website of IIT Roorkee. Nowadays, we are mentoring students for post-grad activities and post-grad specialization where they have to choose the option for them. And when I was going through the website of IIT Roorkee, I found many departments. I thought of quickly taking your view on what these departments are about and what can suit student who is thinking of pursuing higher education abroad. So let me share my screen here with you. Maybe through that I get to know something about IIT Roorkee. So when I think it is visible to you, Harish, now this.
Yes, yes, sir, I can see
Now,
it.
these are academic departments of IIT Roorkee, and I'll be asked talking more about civil engineering. Detail में civil engineering department we will see little later. But as of now, something about interdisciplinary departments. So I know that civil engineers are eligible to pursue their masters in earth science, earthquake engineering. I will keep on taking your quick view on if some student pursues his masters in earthquake engineering, earth science, So, what are the opportunities for PhD abroad in these particular domains? We know there's earthquake engineering in IT Roorkee, and that is quite, old and famous also.
Thank you,
So,
sir. I'm happy that you have asked me this question. Actually, to be very honest, getting a foreign PhD is really flexible. So
mm,
it just have to have your, research relevancy. We have this art science building. There is a separate big building in my university for
okay,
Department of Art Science. And I completely understand the work they do because I'm from civil background. So it's
okay,
kind of like we understand. As you have
mm,
mentioned, it is interdisciplinary. So definitely anyone who is working on earth science engineering at the moment doing masters is flexible to continue or pursue his PhD in civil or even the same earth science engineering.
Now,
So it is not
my next question and related question to you was, when you fill the form for masters in institute like IIT Roorkee, civil engineering department goes at higher gate score and earth science may not go at that higher gate score. But I tell students that even if you get earth science, maybe because your gate score was not that high, even then you can pursue a very good career in civil engineering later on by joining PhD program abroad. Am I correct in that or not?
definitely you are very right about that. Doesn't matter like it's just about the research relevancy, I know because of the competition in India it's difficult to get into the civil
Mm,
direct domain, but
mm,
if
mm,
you
mm,
really look forward to a PhD from the very beginning, like if you are clear in your head from the very
mm.
starting that I'm going to go for a PhD abroad, definitely worth joining art science
Okay.
or any of
And
these interdisciplinary branches.
yeah, and now we come to hydrology. That is also Department of Hydrology, separate department.
Yeah, so
So that
this
is
is
also,
also a part of, yeah, exactly.
yeah. And then there's a hydro and renewable energy. That is also one department.
Again, all these branches, I can see a bits and pieces of environmental engineering. So
Okay.
definitely worth joining them.
Okay. So these are some of the departments for IIT and this water resource development and management. What is this domain, Harish? This is also
So
quite
actually,
promising. Hmm.
yes, it is actually. I mean, they mostly work on water quantity, like environment. They work on water quality,
Hmm.
like investigate what are the pollutants, how to reduce the pollutant loads,
Hmm.
to make clean water from wastewater, something like that. But
Hmm.
these guys, they work on the quantity, like
Hmm.
they predict the, flood, whatever, like in next 20 years, what are the
Hmm.
expectancy that we see floods in
Hmm.
different parts of the world.
Hmm.
So they
Hmm.
work on like quantity measurely.
Mm. So the department which I was telling you, showing you, they were interdisciplinary department. When we
Yes.
come to civil engineering department in IIT Roorkee, and why I
Mm-hmm.
am showing you IIT Roorkee here, because as we know, Thompson Engineering College, this was the oldest engineering college of India. Now
Mm-hmm.
prestigious IIT Roorkee for civil engineering. That time it used to be only for civil engineers. So these are the courses in masters in civil engineering in IIT Roorkee. Environmental, geomatics, geotechnical, hydraulic, structural, transportation engineering, these are the departments here. So,
Mm-hmm.
students keep on asking, I mean, क्या career है, opportunities है, अगर हम आगे जाते हैं तो what are the opportunities in these departments? So I thought of discussing with you that, okay, what are these departments? So Harish, this environmental engineering, what we are talking about is, when we talk about abroad country, foreign countries, in India, we think of jobs in maybe Central Pollution Control Board, government, state pollution control board, those kind of jobs. But what is the opportunity for students after they graduate? Environmental engineering, they do their higher education or PhD from these institutes.
Okay, I will tell you a fact. Like I
Mm.
knew few of the master students who were doing a masters in environmental engineering from my university. All of them, they got placed in Ireland with a
Okay,
good salary after they
okay.
finished their
Mm.
masters. And I
Masters,
asked,
okay.
like, what kind of job do you do? They kind of do like designing things, treatment plant designing. They're monitoring, like, these are like continuous things,
Mm.
operation and maintenance that you cannot escape. Like, you have to
Mm.
keep track of everything, and for that, they need resources, especially
Mm.
human resources. So
Mm.
these jobs are never going to end. And on top of that, I see, I don't know why, but there is tremendous amount of advertisements, especially for environmental engineering in Europe. Lots and lots of. So if you are targeting Europe and environmental engineering is your domain, it's a very good choice actually at the moment, I think. It's like a blooming sector.
So I believe this sustainability, environmental engineering, these are linked terms, right, Aresh?
They are very
And
linked.
government is dumping lot of money, lot of things on research and all to save planet Earth, and sustainability is a catchword, buzzword nowadays. I think that
Yes,
is the reason.
exactly. Green
So,
technology is another
uh,
term that I'd like to add to environmental engineering. So someone who is working on green technology also is more than welcome. So they also worked on another system. It's like a closed system where they do some kind of process, and from the starting of the process till the ending of the process there is nothing going out of the system. It is just intact and it is circulating. So it is kind of like a green technology, something like that.
Wonderful, wonderful. So I think for this session, for this week, we have given sufficient gyan to students, and we will pop up next week once again. And let me request you, Haresh, that every week we come out with some opportunities, and we target both students of undergraduation and post-graduation also. Those who are interested to pursue opportunities abroad, maybe for MS or PhD or whatever, and tell them that okay, these are the areas, and if you do your project or if you enhance your skill, I would also request you to someday share with us as a civil engineer what kind of skills are required other than obviously academic knowledge. So what kind of software skills or other skills are required which make you more suitable for these kind of courses under the mentorship of some professors in these universities. So that also I will request you to share with the students, so that they, when they do their courses here, they do in such a way that they become their CV becomes more strong for selection in these kind of courses abroad.
Yes, sir, definitely. I'll keep that in mind.
Yeah. So see you then, Haresh, next week, and
Yeah,
we'll again go for our second session. Thank you,
yeah.
Haresh.